Well, beautiful people, best damn nation. We back together like booty cheeks after a Diddy party. It's your boys, the best damn wrestling podcast. I am your humble host, Brian Renegade, and with me, I have the best damn crew. First of all, if you see this man on a dark alley, run. He will beat you up in front of your girlfriend and or wife and throw your ass in the trash can. He is the green-eyed bandit. He fights people. Like Mike Tyson, sometimes he fights people. He's your mama's favorite wrestler, and he can whoop your dang ass, the one and only. Real steps. What's happening?
Yo. I want to make a public service announcement.
Mm-hmm.
I'm teething, and my wisdom tooth is growing out of my face. Okay, and I haven't wrestled all month. So if you don't want your head punched off your body, approach me with extreme caution. Okay, I'm just putting that out there. Okay?
Man, get all those baby teeth out your mouth. You know what I'm saying? You at the teasing. You want a binky? You want a pacifier?
Yes, I do. I'm gonna put all the way back, put it in the freezer and stick it on the back of my face, man. What's going on, Brian, man? What's going on? How you feeling?
Oh man, I'm good, man. Blessed and highly favored, as the old folks would say. I can't call it, you know what I'm saying? Just walking in my life. You know what I'm saying? Minding my business. You know what I'm saying? Doing what I does. You know what I'm saying? But best damn nation, what's happening? We happy to see you again. We've been having a bunch of interviews, man, that you guys got to go and check out, man. Matter of fact, Rollers, run down the last like 3 or 4 interviews that we just did, man.
I just said my tooth hurt. You want me to think?
Yes, I do.
So the last interview we interviewed Mr. Grimm, one of my boys. He's just making his way over to NWA. So shout out to Mr. Grimm. We've had Bonnie Man, a professional boxer who's retired now. She's an amazing athlete. And then we also had who we have before that? Andrew Blackett, Drew Onyx. We had him on, the promoter from Canada. So shout out to all of those amazing athletes. And then we also had Maurice Lochner. Yep. Maurice Lochner, the actor extraordinaire. Got to start on the Cosby Show, and he's out there doing his thing and making his wave. So shout out to all those individuals on coming on to the show and blessing us with their presence and all that jazz. My tooth is really
you know, anybody worry about the tooth. You know what I enjoy interviewing about some of these people that we have on. And a lot of people that we have on are not wrestlers per se. You know what I'm saying? But they're in the health and fitness, or they're in the mental health, or they're in some type of realm that we touch, and even acting. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these actors that we come on have been on legendary shows, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, Maurice Lochner, he's acted with Tyler Perry and done some work with Tyler Perry and a couple of other big plays. And he was on the Cosby Show as well. What's my boy name? Kenny King. Kenny King lived out my childhood. He was on all the hot Nickelodeon shows back in the day, like Temple. He was also on the Cosby Show. He was on The Bachelor. Was he on the Cosby Show?
Probably.
Probably. You don't know. He was all over the place. You know what I'm saying? He was also on the legendary show, My Brother and Me, which I love that show. We only ran for 1 season, but it was a hot show, and I know a lot of people remember that, man. So I love when entertainers come on the show and they talk about things that they've done that's been a part of pop culture history, man. So shout out to all our guests that we had on the show. We got some big interviews coming up for you, man. But look, we had a promotion happen this week. I gotta call it a promotion. It wasn't really a fight. You know what I'm saying? Some of the fights on the undercard were absolutely amazing for the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight. And I want to talk about that real quick, because to me, I'm looking at it, right? And I was like, this feels so WWE-ish. I can't.
Because it was. Because it
Yeah.
was. Mike Tyson is a WWE Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Let's put it out. And then Jake Paul, his brother, is in the WWE right now. Logan Paul is whichever one of them Pauls.
Which one of them Pauls? Yeah, one of them Pauls.
One
Yeah.
of them Pauls.
The whole production felt like a WWE production. I mean, from the dancers to just the awe and spectacle of the fight, man. And even when I'm watching the main fight, we're gonna talk about that in a second. But I'm watching it and I'm like, this feels predetermined. I don't know. Up there, I watched enough wrestling to know when something just ain't quite right. And I thought that fight had all the makings of an exhibition fight. And it felt rigged to me. Maybe it's just me. That's Damnation. You let me know how you feel about the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight. It was a lot of times where I'm watching Mike, man, and he didn't pull the trigger on some of them punches. I know he had them feet, man, them damn toddler feet. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I was like, when Roger Studio was like, something ain't quite right with Mike Tyson feet. You know what I'm saying? And I was looking at his legs too, and I'm like, somebody gave him 2 left shoes. It was in his feet. His feet. He was walking. He was fighting pigeon toe the whole time.
We got a couple comments on my TikTok. If you're not following my TikTok, I don't know what's wrong with you. You should be following my TikTok. But shout out to Valerie. She said that this fight made her sad, and Mike wasn't moving at all. No, he wasn't.
No,
he had cement shoes on.
Yeah. Mike Tyson moved around like the daddy from off of King of the Hill. Not Hank, but Hank's dad. The one that ain't had no kneecaps. it just straight legs and ankle. You know what I'm saying? He moved like he ain't had kneecaps, man. We're gonna talk about that in a second. But we got the villain of the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast in the building. The one and only LP. What's happening?
What's going on, fellas? What's going on? How's everybody doing?
Oh man, we good, Pete.
You sound like you got the flu. What's wrong, man? You good?
No, I'm good. It might be the way this camera is. You can hear me?
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah. We can hear you.
Okay.
What's been going on with you, Pete, man? You know what I'm saying? I know you've been busy, you know what I'm saying, shooting models and such.
Yeah, man, working on a show in December and doing my regular stuff.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, look, did you get a chance to check out the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight? We got to talk about that.
Oh, I didn't watch it.
Damn it, LP. I haven't seen some clips.
I refuse. I didn't watch that fight the same way I didn't watch Triple H and Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker and Kane. I'm not gonna let the last time I see these guys be in some bullshit crap way. And I knew that fight was gonna be bull crap. I knew how that fight was gonna go. I mean, I've seen a couple of things here and there, but I just don't click on it, man. I don't want to see the legacy that when I think of Mike Tyson, I think of the baddest man on the earth. I already hear y'all talking about his feet, talking about his legs. The man, I seen the clips. I seen the clips of that of Logan. Not Logan Paul. Jake Paul he could have knocked Mike Tyson out pretty much anything other than the first round. But Mike Tyson also was not Mike Tyson in that fight. Like Mike won't you. I don't know all the clauses and the contracts and all that stuff like that, but you could tell Mike Tyson didn't throw one uppercut. If you're a Mike Tyson fan, you know that uppercut is part of his arsenal. You're going to see an uppercut. It's no way in the hell Mike Tyson fights 8 rounds and don't throw one. So I knew the fight was fixed. I knew it was scripted. I knew it was going to be just like all those celebrity fights was no different than Mayweather and Logan Paul. That was a script too. McGregor. It's all about entertainment. But I'm just not a big fan of it, man. I just don't like it. Mike Tyson should never have did that.
The man needed the money. He needed the money really bad, and I think I'm about to disagree with you on one point, and that one point is that he wasn't Mike Tyson in that fight, because if you pay attention to the man biting the glove, that's Mike. he biting the glove, trying to hold himself back so much, like he's like, oh, I just want to hit him. I just want to hit him. I want to knock him out.
Listen, every time Mike Tyson bit his glove, I got hungry. Every time he did, I was like, tacos, chicken. Damn, I was sitting here like, why is he biting his glove? And they said, it was a tick. It's something that he does. He said, I bite my gloves a lot. I've never seen Mike Tyson bite his gloves. And if he has, I haven't seen him bite it as many times as he did during this fight. And I 100% believe that Mike Tyson was holding back, because it was too many openings for him to get shots on Jake Paul. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at Mike Tyson, his feet. I'm like, damn, that boy moving like a Teletubby. I don't know. Mike Tyson was moving like a Care Bear. I didn't see the Mike of old, but for me, seeing Mike Tyson get in the ring, I thought he was incredibly brave to be able to do that. I think that, and LP, one of the people that you've worked with before, I believe her name is Jazzy. She got a show named Jazzy's World. Am I correct?
Who?
Yeah, Jazzy. She's a interviewer. She goes around. She interviews like celebrities, athletes, and everything else. A little young girl.
Didn't you do a photo shoot with her not too long ago?
Oh no, you get her mixed up with the VV show.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. What? Yeah. Shout out to VV. Shout out to Jazzy's World. But yeah, she did a viral interview with Mike Tyson and asked him about his legacy and legacies. And Mike Tyson was like, "What is the legacy? What is that? That's almost self-gratifying to think about my legacy. Who the hell am I?" You know what I'm saying? It was a very different conversation and very different from the answer that I think a lot of people was expecting from Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? And it made me look at him like, damn, he's really a human being. And I know we look at him like one of the boxing giants and, this lovable, violent figure that we've all welcomed into our households over the years, man. But it was very telling, his answer, man. And it just made me think like, he doing this for the money. And it's okay if he doing it for the money. That's what you should be doing. He pulled out a cool 20 million, probably more than that. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think about the behind the scenes and debts and all that stuff. So if he doing it for the money, kudos. That man just made a cool 20 million at 58 years old. I ain't mad at it. You know what I'm saying?
So let's talk about that for a minute. Since we talk about legacies and all that stuff, let's really talk about it, because I've seen a lot of people talking about this, going back and forth, saying that they would easily have took the money, the legacy. It doesn't matter to nobody else. Yada yada yada. First of all, I don't know if I think this was Gilbert Arenas' podcast. They got on the argument about that, and all them guys were basically saying that, but one guy didn't, and he said the same thing I said, that Jake Paul, as popular as Jake Paul is, he was not the draw in that fight. It was Mike Tyson. Jake Paul has had plenty of fights, and you have never seen it break Netflix. Like, you have never seen this many people watch a Jake Paul fight. So Mike Tyson was the draw. So Mike Tyson should have made the same amount of money or more. I know it's probably Jake's idea. Jake got, he's a newer guy, blase, blah, blase, blah. But Mike Tyson legacy alone is what most people that watched that fight didn't have no idea who the hell Jake Paul was. Especially, I know black people don't know who the hell Jake Paul was. No, we know who he is because we watched it. But most people I've seen plenty of people that just heard about the fight. They were like, Mike Tyson fighting? I'm about to watch this shit. You know what I'm saying? They were like, who the hell this YouTuber? Who the hell is a Jake Paul? most people did not have no idea because most people don't watch Jake Paul fights. If you watch his fights, you know all his fights is rigged. He only fought one real fight and he got his ass beat. So if you know, you know, but most people don't because he's not as popular. He's not as popular as his brother. His brother's a little bit more popular, I personally think. I mean, I could be wrong, but his legacy. If I'm gonna do that, you're gonna pay me what I'm worth. You're not gonna give me. First of all, it ain't 20 million after taxes. After taxes, it's probably about 10.
Yeah.
And Jake Paul definitely got way more than 40 because I'm pretty sure he got a whole lot
50.
more.
He got 50.
Yeah, he probably even got more than that. But you think if it was Jake Paul versus Mayweather, you think Mayweather would have took the low amount of money? No, because Mayweather's smarter than that. So at the end of the day, you have to protect your legacy. I feel like you got to protect your legacy. Now, does this fight mean Mike Tyson's legacy is gone? No, he's still gonna be Mike Tyson, but he gonna be Mike Tyson to us. Newer people, they gonna see that Mike Tyson. That's what they gonna think about when they see Mike Tyson. So you can hurt your legacy, but you can't delete it. But you damn sure can tarnish it a little bit. And Mike gave away a little piece of his legacy for that little bit of change, and it won't work.
When we got the chef in the building, man, we got to hear him talk about it, man. Chef, what do you think about the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight?
I hated it. That fight was trash.
Yeah. A lot of people thought that the fight was trash. I think this is what it did do. You know what I'm saying? This fight absolutely made stars because the women. First of all, let's talk about this real quick because I don't know how much y'all seen, but I'm gonna talk about the very first fight, man, and that fight was very interesting, man. You had it was pretty much like a country versus country on this one. You know what I'm saying? So you had the super middleweight fight, and I know I am going to butcher this name, but Narij Goyat. I know I butchered that. I know I did. Versus Wenderson Nunes. I couldn't be a boxing commentator. I would jack up everybody's name. I was straight up. I would really mess up everybody's name, man. But that fight started off everything, and it was very entertaining because Goyat, man, he was showboating. You know what I'm saying? You had Brazil versus, I believe he was from India, if I'm not mistaken. But he was showboating. He was one of those flashy, I'm gonna hit you, you know what I'm saying, what you gonna do? You know what I mean? He even humped the dude in the corner.
I hate that.
Total disrespect.
I hate that. That is so disrespectful.
Boy got diddy in the corner. He got diddy. He got diddy on live TV in the corner on Netflix. But the fight was actually good, and from what I saw, because at the time Netflix kept freezing. I'm like, I know I paid my damn internet bill. I know I paid my. I done unplugged my modem and my Wi-Fi like 3-4 times. I cut off everything that was pulling Wi-Fi off in the house, and it still kept freezing. And then I had to end up watching it on my computer because my TV wasn't having it. But that fight was very entertaining. Now, I think if Goyat had some power, the problem for me, he didn't have any power. So he was landing punches and he was showboating. He was very entertaining, but he had absolutely no power. And I'm looking like, man, if he had power, he would be a different type of fighter. You know what I'm saying? But that fight started and set the tone for the rest of the night, man. And I think that, you know, it was a good fight. Fans, let us know what you think about the Goyat versus Nunes fight. Next after that was Mario Barrios versus Abel Ramos for the WBC welterweight title. That was a good fight. You know, two Mexican warriors just going at it and trying to, you know, really box, but damn near trying to take each other's head off, man. And I absolutely enjoyed that fight. if you love, welterweight fights, or if you love the Mexican fighters, man, that's a match that I think they put on for the culture. I think they put on for Mexican fighters, and I thought it was a great fight all the way around. And then the women, the super lightweight women's match between Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. That one.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, that's what you want to see. That's what I want to see when I see a boxing fight. Those women shut it down. You hear me? Those women shut it down. Shout out to Katie. Shout out to Amanda. I think that Amanda won that fight. I think that Katie was leading with her head the whole entire fight, and she was headbutting the shit out of her. You almost thought she was Samoan. She was just, you know what I'm saying? And then she got that gash, and I was like, oh man, they're going to start the fight. They're going to start the fight. And then it just started opening up to the point where her damn eyelid was hanging off of shit. Motherfucker was flapping. She was taking the punches and she was giving them, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, they need to staple that shit back together. But she put on an absolutely great fight. And for the women to show out and show up, and shout out to Bonnie Mann, man. We interviewed Bonnie Mann and she was talking about some of the great fights. She actually mentioned both of these women. And, she gave some really good insight to women's boxing right before this historic bout. And I would love to have her come back on and talk some more about women's boxing. But that match was the match of the night to me. And I thought that the women, if nothing else, they should definitely be more at the top of the card and definitely start to showcase more of the talent in women's boxing. You know what I'm saying? And then let's go back to the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight. Like I said, we wrestling fans and we talk about wrestling, but we also talk about entertainment and combat sports. And to me, from the production to the last match, the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson felt like a Roman Reigns match. It felt like Roman Reigns versus Goldberg. You know what I'm saying? That's what it felt like. It felt like who's somebody that everybody hates. It's like it felt like an Austin Theory. It was like if Austin Theory fought who?
No, you know what? Austin Theory versus John Cena. That's what it was. Austin Theory versus John Cena.
He went Braun Strowman. Nah, I ain't gonna say that. But yeah, it felt like Austin Theory versus John Cena, where you seeing a legend and he's just not the same.
Mm-hmm.
He's not moving the same. He's doing similar moves where you recognize it, but this is the thing. This was Mike Tyson's opportunity to show this generation what great boxers can do. And I almost felt like he was going to pull off what George Foreman did years prior, where you coming back at a later age, and he ended up winning a championship, man, and that was a feat within itself. I think George Foreman right now is the only person that was able to do that. Evander Holyfield tried, he got smashed. It's just looking bad for the legends, man. But this is the thing that pissed me off the most. At the end of the fight, Jake Paul tried to give Mike Tyson his flowers. They asked Mike Tyson, who do you want to fight? Do you still want to fight? Mike Tyson was like, I don't know. It's still up in the air. I will fight again. And everybody was like, no, why? We don't want to see that. Why would you do that? Nobody asked for that. But then he said, I would fight probably his brother, Logan Paul. And then so the commentator turned around and he said, Logan Paul, did you hear that? Mike Tyson said he will fight you. And Logan Paul said, what? I will kill you, Mike. And I'm like, all of that good, feel-good moment that his brother created was just destroyed. Destroyed in a second. All of that, like, and first of all, for somebody to come out of their mouth and say, I would kill you, Mike Tyson. Listen, do you understand that this is the original Brownsville Bullet? That this man was feared for years. And I'm thinking, like, man, listen, neither one of these fools would talk trash to Mike Tyson in his prime.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Mike Tyson would destroy both of them in his prime. It wasn't that the disrespect alone from him saying that just pissed me off so bad. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? You know what better not happen? He better not get no Logan Paul versus Mike Tyson wrestling match. I'm gonna be so pissed.
Wrestling match, it makes sense. I would watch that.
I would not watch it. For what? For what? Just to see Mike do this?
Yeah.
Time? No. No.
Mike couldn't have wrestled in his prime. You think they ain't ever look at that? Like, come on, man. Y'all be doing too much, man. I don't want to see. That's just like, oh, I want to see Ric Flair wrestle one more time. No, I don't. I don't want to see.
No.
I want to see Kurt Angle. I want to see Kurt Angle come back and fight John Cena. While I kind of want to see Kurt Angle beat John Cena last match, I don't think Kurt can do it no more. And I don't want to see. I know what Kurt looked like when he fought Baron Corbin his last match, and I don't want to see